We know that China has been trying to give the rest of the world another currency options for trade settlement that is using renminbi on top of US dollars. So when is the good time to push this? Now is the good time. In fact, the Chinese government should floor the accelerator and push the renminbi for trade settlements initiative forward at a rapid rate. Recently, Iran has given China the opportunity to use or to encourage the rest of the world to use renminbi to buy the Iranian oil. So now is a very good time for the Chinese government to push this renminbi trade settlement initiative. Hi, Leslie Koo here. Before we proceed, I would like to highlight one point. The Chinese government is not replacing the US dollars by renminbi. It's not like asking the rest of the world, hey, don't use US dollars for your trade settlement, use renminbi. It's not going to do that. It plans to give the world, the rest of the world, another currency options. If you want to use US dollars, so be it. If you want to use renminbi to settle your trade, welcome. So that is their intentions. Now, to push or to encourage the world to use renminbi to settle their trade, there's one thing that the Chinese government need to tackle, and that is the excess renminbi that the foreign companies are holding. Right? There will be situations when the foreign company sell 10,000 renminbi worth of goods to China, and then it buys maybe just 5,000 worth of goods from China. So you have excess 5,000 yuan. So what is this company to do, this foreign company to do with it? So the Chinese government has to give the foreign companies an avenue to recycle the excess renminbi. One way is to invest in renminbi assets. That is the China government bonds. Recently, the Chinese government has allowed foreign companies to participate in bond future tradings, and that will increase with the intention of increasing the market liquidity and also the interest in China government bonds. So if you have excess renminbi, you buy China government bonds and you earn interest from these bonds. So that's one avenue. What happened is when these foreign companies say that, well, I don't want to recycle all my renminbi in China government bonds. I only like to recycle 50% of it. So what can I do with the other 50%? I would think that gold is another avenue that the Chinese government can offer these foreign companies. So you can buy gold using your excess renminbi on the platform that price gold in renminbi. So then this 50% of renminbi can be transformed into a precious metal that is widely used, widely acceptable, widely traded in the world market. So this is another avenue that the Chinese government can offer the foreign companies. China government bonds and gold. And interestingly, you can see that why the China Central Bank has been buying gold many months. So of course, I would think that the gold accumulations by the central bank, by China Central Bank, are to be used for many other purposes. But this backing or supporting the renminbi trade settlement initiative is for sure one of them. And now, there's one thing that we need to take note as well for renminbi trade settlement initiative, and that is the renminbi exchange rates. Will the Chinese government allow the renminbi to be traded like freely, like US dollars, Japanese yen, Kiwi dollar, Aussie dollar, Korean won, Japanese yen, so on and so forth? No, I don't think so. I would think that the Chinese government would want to keep the renminbi exchange rate stable in relation to other currencies. It is very important because it will affect the interest. If you have, for example, if you have a volatile renminbi exchange rates, then the renminbi assets will subject to volatile gains and losses. And that is not what the Chinese government wants. No, it's not in their interest for that, because that will discourage the foreign companies to recycle their renminbi into China government bonds. So it will want to keep the renminbi exchange rate stable. Of course, the daily volatility is there, but the general trend of the renminbi exchange rate should be stable. And moreover, it is also important for Chinese company as well as foreign companies, not only in terms of trade. So for Chinese companies that are investing massively overseas, and also foreign companies that are investing in China at a massive scale. So a stable renminbi exchange rate will ensure that their earnings will be stable. It will not be a situation that the earnings for this year, let's say from the foreign companies per se, the renminbi earnings for this year or last year is much greater than this year because of the renminbi exchange rate risk. So this is not what the Chinese government will want to see. And that's why I think that the Chinese government will want to keep the renminbi exchange rate stable. Of course, like what I said just now, the daily volatility, trading volatility will be there, but the overall trend for the renminbi exchange rate should be stable. And this is what I think the Chinese government are heading in terms of recycling the excess renminbi and also the renminbi exchange rates. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.